Welcome. In this short discussion, today we will be discussing the concept of ekphrasis and its use in literature. The Greek word ekphrasis literally means a vivid description. Anything that is vividly described could be described as ekphrastic. In fact, in literature, it has got a different shade of meaning. It means any literary writing on visual arts like painting or sculpture, and even on fine arts like music and dance. So we have plenty of ekphrastic poetry in English, and we would have an overview of these English poems which are ekphrastic in nature. The first poem in English that could be described as perfectly ekphrastic is Shakespeare's Rape of Lucrece. This long narrative poem by Shakespeare focuses attention on the incident of the rape of Lucrece by Tarquin. It is based on two paintings, probably one by Botticelli and the other by Titian. These two paintings influenced the writings of Shakespeare's Rape of Lucrece. Now, further moving forward, we have plenty of examples in English poetry that could be described as ekphrastic truly. The next is Ozymandias, a sonnet written by Percy Shelley in 1818 in a friendly contest with his friend Horace Smith. Both of them decided to write a poem as a contest on the subject of Ozymandias. Ozymandias is based on a huge statue built by the Egyptian pharaoh Ramesses II, which was later found devastated by historians. And this has become the thread of the poem Ozymandias by Percy Shelley. Now we move on to another romantic poet, John Keats, who wrote a famous poem, Ode on a Grecian Urn, which is also ekphrastic in its nature, because it talks about the sculpture of a Grecian urn and the kind of engravings on the piece. Therefore, this could also be described as an ekphrastic poem in English. My Last Duchess and probably André del Sarto by Robert Browning could also be described as ekphrastic to some extent, if not fully. Now, moving to the 20th century, we have two poems by W.H. Auden. The first is Musée des Beaux-Arts, in which a famous painting by Bruegel, the great painter, Bruegel, is discussed in detail. It is based on the painting by Bruegel titled The Fall of Icarus, Icarus falling into the ocean. And the poem talks about the kind of indifference people keep about tragedies happening around us. The second poem by W.H. Auden, we could describe it as, again, ekphrastic, the Shield of Achilles, which is mythological in its nature. Now we move on to another 20th century ekphrastic poem. This is written by none other than Tom Gunn, Santa Maria del Popolo. That is the name of the poem. Santa Maria del Popolo means Saint Mary of the People. Literally, it means Saint Mary of the People, name of a church where the poet had been. And so, frescoes and other paintings by Michelangelo Caravaggio, the famous Italian painter, Michelangelo Caravaggio. It describes the paintings on the walls of the church. In the 21st century, coming to the 21st century, in recent times, there were attempts by poets to write beautiful poems based on ekphrasis, and we have The Starry Night by Annie Sexton, based on a famous painting by Vincent van Gogh. That's all about ekphrastic poetry in particular. Thank you so much.